wait, wait, wait. Here, and I told him, hey, get out of my face, da 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 da, whoop de whoop whoop.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think the court reporter can take da 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 whoop whoop whoop
No.
down? Respect.
Yeah, because they came and like my mom was outside and cops jumped out with guns in their hands. And they're like, well, where's Antonio? Where's Antonio? Because of
From bizarre excuses to courtroom chaos, some defendants take things to a whole new level. Today, we're counting down the top 5 craziest defendant faces Judge Boyd has ever seen. You won't believe what they did.
Conspiracy, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so anyhow, so look, I'm a runaway. I've been a runaway since I was right? That's my story.
Stay tuned, because number 1 will leave you speechless.
All right, so what started this argument at the Shoe Palace?
So it had nothing to really do with me. It was just me and a group of my friends. It was someone's birthday. We were just in the mall cashing out like $3,000 worth of stuff. So it was girls behind us. One of them got behind my friend, and I told her, I said, hey, it looks like this girl is gonna hit you. Next thing I know, this girl did hit my friend. Mind you, I moved out the way. I didn't fight. I didn't do any of
Can I
that.
ask you this, please, so that just.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So we're just buying stuff up at the mall. One of the girls was behind my friend. I told my friend, hey, this girl is looking like she's gonna do something to you. The girl actually did hit my friend. So the people that I was with, everybody fought except for me. I'm on the sideline. You can see it on cameras. I'm on the sideline doing nothing. So I walk out of the store and we're all walking towards the exit. 7 or 8 security guards run up behind me, and the guy didn't even give me a chance to say anything, do anything. He was aggressive towards me, and I got scared. And I told him, hey, get out of my face, da 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 da, whoop de whoop whoop.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think the court reporter can take da 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 whoop whoop whoop
No.
down?
I'm sorry. No, ma'am.
So Maria,
Yes.
that's da 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 whoop whoop whoop. And I may have missed one of the da 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 dots.
I'm sorry. So they just started. So the security man.
All right, so let me just tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Security guard is saying you caught him in the eye with your fingernail. Were you wearing those nails?
They were longer, and I'm sorry.
They were longer?
Yes, ma'am.
So it caught him in his eye.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we're here.
And I do apologize about that, but at the same token, if 7 men was coming at you, you would be scared too. If 7 men threw you into an iron gate, you would feel the same way I do.
I would have picked up the phone and called the police
Oh,
if
they
I'm
was
at the
already-
Shoe Palace.
They were already there. That's the
Here's
thing.
my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why was a girl behind your friend looking like she was going to hit her? What was going on?
They was hating on us.
All right, why?
Cause we was in the mall just catching up, just spending a lot of piece of change. That's a nice mall, spending some money.
Shoe Palace?
No, okay, well, I like shoes. I don't know about everybody else, but we spent a lot of money in the mall that day.
And which mall was this?
The one that's got the big boots on the outside of it that I'm not allowed to go
North
back
Star?
to.
Okay. All right. You know what somebody said in a program that I watch? He said, wealthy people don't spend their money on fancy items because they're wealthy. They don't need to spend a lot of money so people can see that they're wealthy. He said poor people, some, will never obtain wealth because they keep buying stuff to show that they're wealthy. Like I never understood when people would buy, like for example, the Hermes bag. That bag is like $20,000, maybe more, 120,000. Some of them. It's like people buy that bag 120,000. Poor people financially, and they don't have $20,000 to put in the bag. They like maybe have $100. But here's the thing: you got in a fight at the Shoe Palace, and the security guard got hit by your long nail.
I didn't.
If you would have, here's the thing: if you would have had your natural nails on, maybe he wouldn't have been injured.
Mhm.
But this is where we are. So the people you were with who are listed in here: Tahaya Lovejoy, Linda Marie Lovejoy.
Who? I don't know.
You don't know any of them? Okay. All right. This is what I'm going to do. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I'm an AGM for a management company for hotels.
Just wondering.
an AG, an assistant general manager.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's a $400 fine that will be probated. Do you have any children?
No.
All right. There's to be no contact with the following persons. All right, so, Mr. Casablanca, why are you not submitting your UA?
I don't have money. I
All right,
get,
so when you're
I get
drug tested,
I get $150 a month. That's all I get. I don't have any money. Like, I did the classes she asked me because that's all I could afford. Literally, I get $150 a month because child support takes the rest of it. Right now, I'm fighting for my VA. I got wounded in Iraq. I got shot in my leg and my buttocks. I'm fighting for my VA benefits because when the case first started, it started as a felony. And they canceled my benefits because of the fact that it was a felony case. Until February 17th is my last thing for the VA to dispute my thing because it's not a felony charge. It's a misdemeanor charge. So I have to get my checks back.
all right, so here's my question. When you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
CBD. I'm not gonna lie, CBD, because I don't take
All right, so
meds.
why are you, here's the thing, people find money for things that they shouldn't find money for. I always tell people, if it's important, you treat it like it's important. So you're gonna get drug tested today, and we're gonna see what the results are.
This one.
And you're not getting off of probation early
Okay.
because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Now, if you can find money for CBD all and all of that, you can find money for your drug testing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if too much money is being taken out of your check for child support, then you need to get another job.
I can't get a job. I'm wounded from Iraq. Like literally, I got shot in my leg and my buttocks. If I try to get a job, I get in trouble for all the payment that they've already given me. They're gonna file a back pay for it. That's the only reason
See,
I
I don't
can't work.
understand. And here's the thing, I respect the military. Majority of my family members have been in military. I don't understand the fact that someone is shot in the leg, that they get benefits. That means they don't work anymore. I don't understand that. I don't understand who someone gets shot in the butt, gets benefits, they don't work anymore. I can understand the government saying, okay, we're going to give you benefits for this, but we will also allow you to work. But you're getting drug tested today, and we're going to see what the results are going to be. And if there is something in the drug test other than what you told me, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
Oh, that's fine.
In addition, Your Honor, he's documented as a home gang member. However, he has declined and said that he's not affiliated with the gang, And so because of the documentation, probation is asking that you amend for the gang ISP unit. And other issues that the probation officer is claiming that she's having is that he tends to become very upset and displays emotional instability when she tries to talk to him about his conditions, very disrespectful, and so forth.
Why are you being disrespectful?
Ma'am, I hung up on her one time because they
That's
came.
disrespectful.
Yeah, because they came and like my mom was outside and cops jumped out with guns in their hands. And they're like, well, where's Antonio? Where's Antonio? Because they think a red truck is mine. Because I was sitting in the red truck. The first time they came, I was sitting in the red truck cleaning it. It's my dad's work truck. When they came, they caught me in the red truck. They think it's mine. It's not my truck. They can run the VIN. My truck is a
No,
Ford
here's the
Flex
thing. Let me
that's
just tell you
broken.
what you're doing. You are answering questions that I have not asked. So I want you to listen to the question that I'm asking you, and I want an answer for it. You understand?
yes.
So number one, are you a gang member?
No, ma'am.
So why do they have you documented?
They have me down affiliated as a gang member because they say this is the Alamo and it's the White House, ma'am. Look, it's the White House. It's not the Alamo. It's the White House. I don't have no gang affiliate. I can show you all my tattoos. I don't have no gang
Why are you
affiliated
tattooing
tattoos.
the White House on your
Because
neck?
my last name is Casablanca, ma'am, and if you translate it in English, it's White House.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Anybody, any other Casablancas here who are tattooing White House on their, I still
That's-
don't understand.
That's
that.
the only reason, ma'am. I can show you all my tattoos.
I already, and I know
I've never
what
been to,
CASA means.
I've never
and I
been
know
to
what
prison.
Blanca means.
I've never been to prison. How would I be in a gang if I've never been to prison? Like,
Oh, there are plenty of people who are in gangs who've never been to prison?
Like, that's a gang, that's a prison gang, like,
No, they have people in prison who are documented gang members with that gang, but then they have people who are not in prison who are documented gang
well,
members.
I'm not a gang member. I like I said, it's a White House. Y'all can check it. It's not the Alamo. They keep thinking it's the Alamo. That's why it got put down as that, but it's not an Alamo, man.
Whoever tattooed that White House, that is not a good depiction.
It
It's
was a
missing
long
some.
time ago. Like, it's actually just covering my ex-wife's name. That's why I put it there, really, but
Well,
it's
that's
not.
another thing I always tell people, the
It's
only
not
people's
a
names
gang
you should
affiliation
tattoo on your
tattoo.
body are maybe your children and your mom, because your mom will always love you and your children, you're always supposed to love them. You're gonna do a UA today. You're gonna stop being disrespectful to probation officers. You're not gonna be hanging up on probation officers. Otherwise, I'm gonna hang up on you with a motion to revoke. Do you understand?
It's not-
All right, so I want him to do his UA today, and then we're gonna see what the results are gonna be. And then based upon those results, we'll see where we're going with this. But yes, he is going to be on gang supervision. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to continue you or place you on gang supervision. And he's going to do the UA hotline. I want him tested for levels.
Can we wait till my legal people are here, my
Oh,
lawyer?
this is what I'm ordering. You don't have a motion to revoke, so.
Okay.
There's gonna be gang supervision, the UA hotline, test him for levels. And are you all doing field visits on him or no?
They've been going to my house, but when they go, I'm not home because I go to college.
And what are you studying in college?
I'm going for business management, Your Honor.
Which college?
St. Philip's College. This is my last semester. I graduate in May.
How many hours are you taking a semester?
I think it's like 17 hours, 16 or 17 hours semester.
Mhm.
This semester is my last class, so I only have like one or 2 hours.
Well, you need to provide proof to probation that you're at college.
I've given my probation officer my college classes, my actual schedule. I've given her what time I'm home. I leave her messages when I go to community service. And it's still like when they come, they don't leave. They haven't left. The first time he came, he caught me in the truck. He told me if he comes, he's gonna leave a card, and he hasn't left a card every time he's come.
Right.
And then that's why my probation officer, me and my probation officer I got upset because she's like, oh, now you have to go do a notary letter, and I'm like, I don't have time for that right now. I have a kid that I take care of by myself. I go to school. Like, just because he didn't catch me here, I don't have time to go do like that paperwork.
All right, so here's the thing. You're gonna have to do paperwork.
I don't have
That's part
time
of your
for it. Like,
probation.
I don't have
Well,
time
if you
for
go
it.
to prison, will you have time to do it?
It's a misdemeanor charge, ma'am.
Well, if you go to the Bear County Jail, will you have time to do it?
Nope.
So there you go.
This is gonna be the same thing, so I'll
Yeah,
just,
so you'll be at the Bear County Jail.
Okay.
So that means that you need to follow through with conditions of probation. There are consequences for action. You're on probation for deadly conduct, right? So, no, stop. You're on probation. People want their lives to be the same as though they were not on probation. And you know what? If you didn't have a deadly conduct charge, you could go live your life however you want to live it, but you do, and you're on probation in this court. So what that means is, number one, you're not going to be upset and angry with the probation officer because the probation officer is doing their job. And
That's
guess
fine.
what? Their job really doesn't rotate around your schedule. If they're doing a field visit at a certain time, you need to be there for that field visit. End of story.
I'm not on any kind of curfew or anything, so why do I gotta stay home all day? I mean, I go to school. That makes no sense. If I have a timing for school, why do I gotta be at home when I'm supposed to be at school?
Because you're on probation.
But I
What
don't
I'm
have a
telling
curfew.
you is when they do a field visit, you need to be at the house for that field visit. End of story. I'm not having an argument with you. I'm telling you, these are the rules. That's where we are. When crimes are committed, there are consequences for that. Your consequence is that you're on probation. And when you're on probation, there are conditions of probation that I set, and I expect people to follow them. Probation is not going to be able to come to your house around your schedule necessarily. End of story. Is there anything else that he needs?
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to answer your question as far as
Yes.
the field visits. You did mandate 2 times a month,
Yes,
so that's what's happening.
yes, that's what I want.
No, I don't think so. I said I would take the 14 babies. I told you that,
Right.
David.
You also said. that
And
you're
besides,
innocent.
they falsely arrested me because I wasn't in the system, ma'am.
Okay,
And then when
okay,
I
so
came
Miss,
December 19,
Mhm.
you weren't here. And then they were gonna log me in. They said, give me your social. I don't know what they asked me for, the social or the SIT number. And they logged me in. And otherwise, I wouldn't have been in the system, you know what I'm saying? When I came December 19, which was my birthday, Bethlehem's Day. And then January 18th, I came a day early to come speak with you.
Mhm.
Me thinking that I can come alone, right? But somebody told me I'm my own attorney. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna get up and go speak to my judge and see if we can work something out, because I wanted to speak to you and tell you that they had falsely arrested me. The reason they were looking for me was because I wasn't in the system, and I am
My
the system.
advice is that you stop talking.
No, no.
It's up to you.
No,
but my
no,
advice
no.
is that you stop
What's
talking.
not being said is the stupid conspiracy, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so anyhow, so look, I'm a runaway. I've been a runaway since I was right? That's my story.
Okay,
And you know, I'm very spiritual. And I lost my apartment because my spirit told me, you know what, Father, you were never to pay anything in life, period, right?
Mhm.
So I stopped paying for 2 months and they kicked me out. I was living at West Marsh at 307 West Marshall.
Okay.
On Marshall Street.
All right.
And I was gonna ask you if you can help me out with the voucher. I mean, because you're a judge, I'm a judge too, right?
yes. All right, so
And-
Miss Garza, let me do this for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because I want to make sure that everyone has everything that they need. I mean, you think that's fair, right?
I'm innocent.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. So I want to make sure that everyone has all the information that they need so we can proceed appropriately. You understand? All right, so let me explain to you this way. I want everything to be fair for you, okay? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them, usually it takes a long time for a person to see a doctor. I'm going to ask that you see a doctor quickly. I'm going to have them expedited. I'm going to have your attorney and I'll have the state and I'll be on the phone call too to have them call a doctor to speak with you. And I will have them speak to you no later than the week of April 3rd. So I will call them and ask them to expedite that. And then after they've spoken to you, if you still wish to proceed with a jury trial, or if you wish to proceed with a plea, we can do that at that time. But I don't want to accept a plea not knowing.
There's no need for trial.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to have, You rescind.
Psychiatrist, you mean psychiatrist
Yes.
or a specialist?
yes,
Specialist?
yes. And so I'm going to have you brought back. I'm going to set you for April 10th. But we'll probably-
I will not be here April 10th,
Okay. When will you be here?
the 11th or the 12th.
Okay. So Ms. Garza, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set you for April 11th. But if I can bring you back sooner than April 11th, I will, okay? But I want to make sure it's in the system so I won't lose where you are, okay?
Okay, may I say, does that mean I get to get out and what is it called? What's that word y'all use here in the world? It's a challenge
Okay.
for me to come and show up like
Yes.
the responsible woman that I am.
Okay. So, well, let's do this. I like to take things one step at a time because that makes it easier for me. So the first thing that's going to be done is with the state and your attorney and myself. I'm going to make sure I call a doctor because they're very busy, but I'm going to make sure that I call them and see if they can see you the week of April 3rd. Then we will come back no later than April 11th to find out what they say and perhaps resolve your case. Okay?
Okay, if this fella's a state, what I want him to know right now in front of all of us
Mhm.
is that every time I go to a store, I'm abandoned from all the stores that I go to where I live on 2919 West Martin in Zarzamora, because I go up to a cashier and it opens. I got criminal trespassing at HEB right there on Rosario, because I stepped up to the cashier and
Mhm.
I opened all the cashiers.
All right, so this is what we'll do about that,
And
Ms.
then what happens, banks cannot arrive until I signify or I open the,
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do about
that's
that.
not nothing crazy about me.
No,
It's real.
I understand that. This is what we're gonna do about that, Ms. Garza, and this is another good reason for us to come back on the 11th. I'm gonna have the state and your attorney, and I will look as well. We're gonna look and see if there is some kind of documentation where you to have no contact with those places. So that'll give us a chance.
That's
to-
not fair. You know why? Because they stole from me. They
Mhm.
stole from me. You know, when you, I don't use lottos, but somehow it was a lucky day and I won like $400. I even made a report on it.
Okay.
You know.
All right,
and-
so about the lottery ticket, because I know people spend a lot of money on lottery tickets and then you don't win, and then when
Well,
you
I
win,
got a
there are
coin-
issues.
I got a coin that's a $30 coin,
Mhm.
and then I got $1 that's a motion $100 bill.
Okay. All right,
And-
so we're gonna look into all of that for you, but I'm gonna have the deputy take you back and you will be back in this court no later than April 11th, okay?
Okay, so what I'm asking, the question that I'm asking is, am I gonna be able to get out today?
No, not today.
Why is that? Is there
Because I
any way
need you
can
to
set me
see-
a bond?
I need you to see a doctor first, and I'm gonna
Well, I
expedite that.
see, I have my specialist outside of,
Well,
on cams.
what is your specialist name on the
Uh,
outside?
what's his name? Bruce Beck.
Gruspet, how do you
Yes.
spell that last name?
What's that? GURB. Something, I gotta pronounce it.
Okay, pronounce it for me again.
Okay, GUR Bruce, BURGE.
All right, so what we'll do is the doctor that is
And
going
my spelling is always the best spelling,
Yeah.
because it picks up, if you pick up on the computer who I am
Mhm.
and the way I spell my words, there's like a lot of geographic to it, technology to it.
Okay, all right, so
And
Ms.
that's who I
Okay.
I can't use these words, the words that y'all use here, and
No, that's okay, because I like for everybody to
we're
understand.
all on camera right
Yeah.
now.
So,
just so you know.
Ms. Garza, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have the deputy take you back so that we can look into all of this. But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it, okay? All right, thank you so much. Afternoon. So here's the thing. Don't send a message to the court with profanity in it. Number one, your case is set on the day it's set. The person who you need to perhaps send that to is the person who is not here.
Correct.
Do you unfold your arms? So don't do that. One, you need to speak to your attorney and your attorney needs to be here. This case has been set numerous times waiting for your attorney. So the fact that you have what you put in your letter, I have bills to pay. I'm not a scrub.
Correct.
I have my own house and car now and have to pay the bills.
That's correct.
That's who you need to be sending that to your attorney.
Which
not
I
the
have,
court.
which I have.
And there's nothing I can do with that.
And then you sending me here every day,
Mhm.
every day.
Yeah.
How am I gonna pay bills?
Yeah.
You say this
You
is a
need
place
to-
of
here's the thing.
communication.
Well, here's the communication. You need to talk to your attorney because guess what? The court schedule doesn't revolve around your attorney. It doesn't revolve around you.
And not
This
to be rude or
case-
anything, but
here's the
he
thing.
doesn't revolve around you
This
either.
case-
He has stuff to do. He has
Okay.
federal inmates out of
Yeah.
county.
All
I
right,
can't
so-
make him. I tried.
All
I
right,
tried.
so this is what we're gonna do. Oh, we're gonna wait for his attorney. Okay, thank you.
May I be excused or
Yeah, we're waiting for your attorney.
he's not gonna show up till the 3rd?
No, I'm sending an email to his people, his office to let him know he needs to be here.
I believe he's in Guadalupe County State.
Like you doctored them to your family, like your extended family.
Mhm.
So I've been getting a lot of help since I've been out.
All right, and have you been maintaining your sobriety?
Yes, ma'am. I actually put in a whole bunch of applications. I got a few jobs that is actually lined up, but the only thing I need to get is my ID. And I'm having issues with that because of my birth certificate. But other than that,
All right, what issues are you having with your ID?
one, I don't have my birth certificate or my social due to Yes, ma'am. And I've been trying to see if my mom can send it, but the copy that she has is under a totally different name and stuff like that.
Oh, well, you can go online and order it. I mean, it costs.
Yeah, I,
But if you talk to probation about that, I'm sure they'll be able to help you.
yes, ma'am.
All right. And when's the last time you had your UA?
I want to say since the last time.
And when was that? Has it been this month?
No, ma'am. I'm just not hearing from probation last week.
Okay. All right. So we'll do a UA today. And Bashan,
Yes, Shauna.
if her UA is okay, then we'll do I'll allow for her to transfer to Bell County. And make sure that probation has reviewed that location.
Yes, Shauna.
So you're going to do a UA today, okay? And what are the results going to be?
I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be negative because of my tooth. I've been having a massive toothache.
Is that
This one and
prescription?
this one. Yes, ma'am. I don't have it with me though.
All right. So you're going to have to provide prescription for that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're still going to do a UA today. All right. Yeah. All right, Ms. Cooper. Hey, Norma, can you see if Matt can get an attorney for Miss Cooper? So Miss Cooper, you're going to get taken into custody today. Wait. Miss Cooper, there will be an attorney here for you today. Wait. Talk to her. Why are you trying to fool me? Can I please talk to her? Can I please? Miss Cooper, we're not going to take you. I think she's going to have to go. Can I please talk to you? And Deputy Laura, we'll have an attorney appointed for her, so they'll be here to speak with her today.
So keep her downstairs.
Yes.
We're gonna keep her downstairs and we're not gonna keep her down.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2015 CR 11815W, State of Texas versus Amia Cooper. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrahan, Your Honor.
defense?
Charles Bunt for Ms. Cooper.
And are you Miss Cooper? All right, Miss Cooper, well, before we do that, Mr. Bonk, you were appointed to represent Miss Cooper today, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Have you had ample time to review the allegations in the motion?
I have, and we're waiving our preparations.
All right, Ms. Cooper, do you understand that your attorney has 10 days to prepare for a hearing on this matter? You need to say yes or no. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you understand your attorney is waiving that right and he's asking to proceed now? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any objection to proceeding with this now? All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Mia Cooper who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 11815W for the offense of promotion or prostitution of a person younger than 18 years and placed on probation on January 25th, 2016 for a period of 5 years and extended for 3 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 2 on or about the 25th day of July 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Mia Cooper, did in there legally use a controlled substance, namely methamphetamines, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
Okay, here's the thing.
Sorry.
I can't hear you. You're gonna have to speak up. You can't be whispering because I know when you're in public, you don't whisper. So how do you plead to a violation of condition number 2 that's just been read by the state? True or not true?
It's true.
We'll
State-
waive the remaining violated conditions, Your Honor.
Any objections? Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
It is to adjudicate guilt or revoke the individual offer of probation and is sentenced to 2 years in TDC.
Is that the agreement?
That is our agreement, Judge.
Ms. Cooper, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
I cannot hear
Yes.
you. All right. The court will follow your agreement, find you guilty, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served.
For the record, Judge, I've been told by the court staff and the probation department, she has 576 days credit that we're asking to receive.
Robert, may I
Yes.
includes time for her stay at status and state ISF?
All right. Were those successfully completed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now I'll give her credit for any time and inpatient treatment. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question about what a weapon or need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I understand the issues that you've had in your life, but at some point in time, you are going to have to start making better decisions, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in and out of prison and back to the same place that you were before. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you have a significant other or somebody in your relationship who wants you to do things that are not for your best, then you need to drop them, because they mean you no good. And I don't know if what I'm telling you is sinking in or not, but if you have a boyfriend out there who's making you do things or wants you to do things for fast and easy money, then guess what? That is not the person for you. And you're going to have to stop using drugs, because otherwise what you had in your system today, that could be the last time you use. And then guess what? There would be somebody dead in Bexar County or somebody dead in the field, and they'd be trying to identify the body. Then somebody would identify the body and it may be you. Don't be that person. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.